Good evening, this is Oliver.
And Dave.
Hello, Oliver and Dave.
And we're incredibly excited to be interviewing Pixie Lott, who has just closed the headlining act for your second night of Freshers Week.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing, Pixie? Did you have fun?
I had a great time, I have to say. It was an amazing crowd. They were all going for it, and the stage was massive, just great space. I love it here at Bath Uni.
Yeah, you seem very energetic. There was lots of jumping up and down on stage.
Yeah, there was a lot of jumping up. I got so hot. It was
Yeah,
like a big
it
sweat box. It was so hot, but it was really fun.
Yeah. The theme this evening was a safari theme, and we were wondering if you had to go as an animal, what animal would you go as and why?
I would always go as a cat.
Yes.
Because I have dressed up as a cat many a time.
Yeah.
And it's really simple. All you have to have is some eyeliner and some cat ears, and you're good to go.
Did you see any costumes out in the audience that you were especially impressed by?
Yeah, I could only really see the front row clearly, but there was like a crazy giraffe. There was a magical unicorn.
Interesting.
And there was some cats and a zebra.
Right, and obviously the cats were your favourite.
Yeah, I love the cats. Yeah.
If you hadn't become a singer, what would you have chosen to go into?
I think definitely something in the entertainment business. Like, I just love performing, so it would be dancing or acting, fashion or like photography, or just something that's still creative.
Yeah.
If I wasn't an artist, like performing, then I would definitely still love to be in the studio writing for other people and stuff.
Okay. Do you do much writing for other people?
I always intentionally write for myself, but sometimes if my songs don't get used on my albums, then it gets pitched out to other artists, and other artists have picked them up.
Yeah.
So that's been good.
Wow.
When you first hit it big, what did your mama say, and what did your mama do, and what did your daddy say?
There you go. What did my mama do and my daddy say? I actually haven't been asked that question before. You'd think I would have been asked that. Because that song actually came out like 8 years ago. Yeah, so, and I haven't been asked that question. I've sang that song like millions of times. And I always tend to open my set with it just because it was my first single, and
Yeah.
I don't know, it just feels right. But the question, what did my mama do? What did you say? What was the question again?
When you first hit it big.
When I first hit it big, I hit it big, I don't know. Well, when my single came out and it went to number one, my mum just went crazy. I think she was just screaming. We like celebrated for ages. And my dad loves coming to all my shows because he's like a little bit, he's the most sort of musical person from my family. My family's not really musical at all, but he gets it more than the others, I would say. Yeah.
And do you find it different doing sort of student gigs to doing tours and things like that?
Do you know what? Actually, tonight reminded me of going on tour, because, you know, if you're doing your own tour, the people who are coming to watch you,
Yeah.
hopefully are, you know, people who've supported you, so they're all like really happy to be there, and they're like jumping around and excited. And at the uni gigs, they're all jumping around, excited and happy to be there. So, because, you know, sometimes you have to do gigs for certain things and the crowd aren't as inspiring, or they're just sort of sitting there, you're trying to G them up, but these crowds don't need any G'ing up at all. Yeah, it's been really fun.
You've been pretty busy this past few years. You've competed in Strictly and acted in Breakfast at Tiffanys. If you could go back and redo one of those things, what would you do?
Out of the two of them?
Yeah.
Gosh. They were both really hard for different reasons, but Breakfast at Tiffanys was definitely the hardest thing I've ever done in my whole life. So I don't think I would have it in me to do it all over again. I would definitely do another performance of it, but I spent most of the year doing it, and it was a really deep character to play, and the places that you had to go to, and it was really draining, and I've never experienced that in my whole life. I learnt so much from it, but it was just really hard to keep going to that place and finding that, so I just don't think I would physically, mentally be able to do that again.
Are there any other shows that you would like to do if you could?
Shows, like sort of in the West End,
Yeah,
or
that kind of thing.
I don't think I would do one for a while, just because like my most favourite thing is music and writing, and that's my most favourite thing. I love challenging myself and like doing loads of different stuff and stepping out of my comfort zone, but I think it would have to be a show that I really, really loved, and probably in a good few years' time, because I didn't realise how draining it actually is doing it. It's like 8 shows a week and you're doing it like all year, and if the part is really demanding, it's hard to keep doing it. But yeah, I'm excited to be back with music. My new song comes out on Friday.
Wow.
So what's the day today?
Tuesday.
Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Wednesday.
So it comes out in 2 days.
Are you excited?
So I'm very super excited.
And I guess finally you're sort of back in the music, as you said. You released your single Baby earlier on in the year, and you just said that you've got a new single coming up this Friday.
Yeah.
Is there anything else in the works, a potential album coming up?
Yeah, definitely. It's great to be back, just solely focusing on music, and there isn't a play and stuff in the way. Like I did write and be in the studio around the play, but it was just sort of focusing on so many different things. But now, yeah, it's literally just all about the music. So Baby was a collaboration I did with Anton Powers this year, which was really fun to sort of come back to music, and especially a dance song is sort of like 2 of our worlds mixed together. And we got to do some really fun shows. And now, yeah, coming back with my own single featuring actually Stylo G, who's a really cool dude.
Did you play it early on? Did you have a little
Yes.
cheeky preview in the event? I thought we
tested the water.
No.
So yeah, that comes out on Friday, and I'm just really excited. And then I'm just going to keep releasing tunes.
Yeah.
I've got some like amazing ones that I love to follow up as well, which I can't wait for them to come out too. But I think this is a great one to come out first, after the Anton Powers single, because it's just really great to perform to crowds like this. It's really fun.
Yeah.
It actually really relates to my best friend, which is like another reason why I really wanted to do it and put it out. But yeah, just more music is to come, and yeah, I love doing that.
Has your sound sort of changed as well? You kind of, from what you did in the past, do you feel like you've sort of entered a new genre, almost a bit more dancey?
Definitely Baby was more dancey, but that's because it was an Anton Powers single. But yeah, I like trying loads of different styles and stuff. It'll always be pop, but it'll always have a soulful vibe, just because that's the style of singing that I grew up on and that I like to sing. Yeah, so it'll always, I think as I get older and it goes on, I think it will always just sort of get more soulful, but I like doing dance stuff. This song is like it's a pop tune, which is, they're the best ones to perform to crowds.
Yeah.
Like I love doing acoustic shows, just me and a guitarist, but if you're doing a big gig to a big audience, like when I do All About Tonight, and hopefully with this new one, it just gets people going, and I love seeing that. People are just having the best time ever, and then I get to jump around and have the best time ever. So yeah, I just hope people connect to it and like relate to it and love it and jump around and have fun. Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming in to talk to University of Bath Media, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Thank you for having me. Hi, I'm Pixie Lott, and you're watching Campus TV.